Alright, people of the world, so I finally got it finished. This is it's either an Eko or an Eko, I don't know how you pronounce it. Bass guitar, 4 strings, that I've been working on for quite a while. A bit of history on this bass and my history with it. I'm going to call them Eko just for the sake of it. Italian company, I can't remember the dates. You can look all this stuff up. Italian company, they made all sorts of guitars. I mean, the most famous ones were those weird spoon-shaped ones that were popular in the 60s, I think. God knows why, they were very strange. I remember reading an interview with what was it, Bill Wyman from the Rolling Stones, and he was offered one by them, and he was just like, no, don't be ridiculous. Anyway, long story short, they went bankrupt because they made stupid spoon-shaped basses and guitars, and all of their stock was bought out by Roberto Brandoni, who set up shop in London. He bought out all of their old stock and basically just set about rebuilding guitars, custom guitars from this vintage stock and selling it on. And that's where I got mine from. Originally I bought one of these. Can't remember how old I was. I must have been about 18, 19, I don't know. Quite a while ago, because I'm 42 at the minute. 42 today, in fact. Happy birthday to me. It was my first foray into, well, not my first, but definitely one of my earliest forays into guitar modifications. So it came just the body and the neck, nothing else, no electronics. And it delivered to me back where I lived in Morecambe, and the lovely courier company had dropped it on its head and sheared the headstock off. This suffers a little bit from the classic Gibson fragility, as in it's quite a big headstock angle, and it's all just, you know, it's all cut from single pieces of wood, so the grain runs through it. So if you bounce it on its end, it's going to break. That's just what's going to happen. Can't be helped. Anyway, back then I was just like, oh bollocks, just fix it, get on with it. So I did that. I glued it and I put screws in it and I held it together, and I tried to paint it and did a really bad job. Ended up covered in like blue plastic coat and silver tape and masking tape and all kinds of shit. It was the ugliest bass in the world. I cut like a jazz bass pickup cavity into it with a chisel because I didn't have anything else. I had no power tools, I had no router, and I would have probably hurt myself if I tried to use one back then. But I got it working and I played that bass for years. Then I eventually left home and moved to Nottingham in about 2000 and something, when I was about 22, 23. Brought that bass with me, carried on playing it, played it still, you know, until one day I knocked it over. Headstock clipped the edge of my bed frame, snapped it clean off, beyond repair this time, or beyond my ability to repair it. So that was the end of that bass, and I think I moved on to a Spectre 5 string, which is a nice bass, I can't miss it. Didn't sound the greatest though, if I'm honest with you. Then I moved on to a Squire Jazz bass, which was a fantastic bass. I had that for over 10 years and I've recently just sold it on, you know, so, you know, to whoever has that now, I hope you enjoy it, because it was a great instrument. And recently, because, you know, lockdown happened with coronavirus and everything, so I thought to myself, you know, it's just like, I'm gonna have a, you know, I wonder if there's still any of these left, these old bass, you know, these bodies and necks. So I got in touch with Brandoni's again, and sort of like said, I bought one of these from you many years ago, do you still have any? And he said, yeah, we think we've got one left. So this may be the last remaining unbuilt, or it was unbuilt when I got it, Eko BX-7 model bass in the world. You know, you may never ever see another one of these again. I mean, they're out there, but they're not common at all. So you know, I got this and I started work on it, and what I did was, the body wood, it's a through neck maple, what I'm assuming is mahogany, it looks like mahogany, maple mahogany through neck construction, and the body wings are what I think is yellow pine, possibly southern yellow pine. It's quite soft. You can, the light grain stripes, you can easily dig your thumbnail into it. And what happened on the first one I had was, with my abusive picking style, I eventually started gouging into the surface. So what I wanted to do with this was machine down the top and replace the top with some kind of hardwood. And what I settled on was, I just got, you know, some sapele off eBay. I didn't really know anything about hardwood at that point, and that worked out pretty well, pretty nice. And after that, that was kind of the thing that spurred me into thinking, hey, maybe I can actually build something from scratch, you know. And I did that. I started building guitars from scratch, and I never finished this one, so I've just finally got it finished. I originally coated it in nitrocellulose lacquer, but I made kind of a mess of it in various modifications, so I ended up stripping that completely, and I've gone with hand applied French polish, which I've done on all of my other builds, because it just looks fantastic and I love it. It's just, you know, you can't go wrong. And I also added an extra pickup, another Music Man style. This is a Wilkinson pickup, which are very inexpensive, and it actually sounds pretty decent. So, just to give you an idea of what it sounds like, so I've got two pickups, the standard precision bass style, a Music Man style. These are super cheap as you can get. I didn't want to spend any money on this bass when I first started on the project, so I just got the cheapest pickup money could buy. Probably cost me less than 20 quid, I don't know. But nonetheless, they're all right. So I'm just gonna record this with Reaper and hopefully sync it up later on. The pre-roll running. Here we go. Here we go. Is that recording? Oh yeah, volume's all the way down. Silly me. So. So what we've got here, just the P pickup, so it sounds all right, not bad. I'm running this, just for the curious. Another recent acquisition. Wanted one of these for years. I like a little bit of drive on it, so you know, let's start putting the big pickup in there. Off the top pickup a little bit. Straight away, I've only just taken off like a tiny bit and you can hear the change. It's a very hot output pickup. If I just take the P pickup out completely, you can hear how much that's just driving the input gain. bass slap. I don't know why I'm trying, but yeah, there you go. That's the bass, and takes pride of place along with the rest.